Okay, I am live. I am live. Let's give the thumbs up. This will be a short video, right? Thank you so much, Reverend Revenue. He says thanks for sharing. He's getting the live notification late. Reverend Revenue, I hope you can get this notification. Try to update your app. I've heard that has worked for a lot of people. So if you're getting notifications late that I'm live streaming, try updating your app. Right, I heard that's helping for a lot of people. Right, so this is Friday morning. I wanted to give you some big announcements, and I'm also live streaming on Haps as well. Say hello, Haps, my audience for tuning in on Haps. So I am on. Hello to you, Heaven's Delight, the first to speak and come in. So we're going to do this Friday morning takeaway. So I'm going to give the audience a couple of minutes. Hello, 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 to come in. You all make sure you hit that like button, right? Let's notify others. Every time you hit the like button, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Haps, hit the thumbs up, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, you have the power to invite at least 20 people in, right? So utilize your power. Let's get some people in. Happy Friday to you. And although I think we need Juneteenth more than we need reparations, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Although I believe we need reparations more than we need Juneteenth, make sure that you educate if you are in the Black and Brown community or minority. Please educate your family, your children, your nieces, your nephews about what Juneteenth is. Right? Education is far more powerful than celebration. Let me say that again. Education is far more powerful than celebration, people, of Juneteenth. And also know that we live in a communist economy, right? Meaning that having celebrations or having um, holidays, right, is part of the American way to be a capitalist society. I think I said communist, capitalist society. Let me get it straight. It's early this morning. I can't, kind of stumbling, right? Well, it's kind of early for me. I live stream usually in the evening. So this is going to be lunch and learn. So hello, Donovan. Hello, Queen Gwen, Grand Rises. Hello, and Heaven's Delight is from the Netherlands. Well, thank you for tuning in from the Netherlands, right? Travis Crosby says good evening or afternoon or good morning, still my time. Depends on where you are at what part of the world, right? Shannon Robinson, I love the money emojis. Hello, Shannon. Roman Rome is in. I am doing great, Roman Rome. I have my water. My voice is a little fatigued. We're going to do this. Oh my God. Wow. Gwen and Reverend Revenue. Thank you, kings and queens, already coming in with the super chats. Reverend Revenue, let me add this up. 17, right? 7 plus 1 is 8. Love the number 8, which represents new beginnings. Thank you so much, Reverend Revenue, for the 7406 super chat. You all try to stay in to the end. And Queen Gwen, King and Gwen, with the $50 super chat, 5 represents the number of victory. Stay all the way to the end, right? Thank you all both for supporting the channel. And I have something I want to share about that super chat. Well, I'll share it now, right? I'll do it now. I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And I, the spirit, I believe, spoke to me and said, it's okay to teach people that the concept of seed, of giving and receiving. He said, but, I want you to shift from saying money is a seed and tell people that money is a defense. I was like, okay, okay. He said, because in the Bible, a seed is a representation of anything that you can distribute in a small portion, and it can enlarge and harvest, right? I'm going to get on cryptocurrency, but let's have crypto church first, right? Um, a seed is anything that you can distribute in a small quantity and it can grow, right? Into a larger quantity of harvest, right? And so he said, now I get the concept because you can distribute, you can give money, and the church word called it sowing money, and you can receive um, a bigger return, rate of return, right, than what you gave. He said, but I want you to start teaching Ecclesiastes 7 and 12 as Reverend Ron is with the 7406, right? I want you to start teaching Ecclesiastes 7 and 12 and teach my people that money is a defense. So I'm going to share this with you. Money is a defense, right? And let's look at these different translations, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, New NIV version, right? Wisdom is shelter, as money is a shelter, but the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. And so let me go on. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything, right? But only wisdom can save your life. The King James, however, says that money is a defense, right? And wisdom is the defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giving life to all those who have it. And so, as a girls basketball coach, right, you know that the defensive strategy is the one that stop oppositions from winning or scoring over you, right, or having advantage over you. So money is not just a tool that can produce anything in your life when you distribute it out, when you give it, but it is also a defense against any uh, spiritual warfare, right, that you may have. So let's look at money as something bigger than a seed, right? Because money is definitely a defense for you and all of your life situations that you may encounter. When you distribute money into the atmosphere, I'm not going to say so, because do you all remember, right, the wicked, the servant that was called wicked and evil in New Testament in Matthew, right? And he called him a wicked and evil servant, that he is the one that buried his money into the ground, right? That stored his money in the ground and he buried it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm shifting from saying money is a seed, because a seed is usually synonymous with anything that is buried in dirt and underground. And I'm shifting to saying that money is a defense, right? Because the one that had that one talent, he put dirt on his money. He buried it in the ground, and he was called wicked and evil. So yes, our money will manifest and will multiply, but we're not going to say that it's seed anymore. We're going to say money is our defense, right? And we're distributing it into the earth realm as a defender on our part for any life situations, expectantly and unexpectedly, that we may encounter. So let's get into crypto. That was for Queen Gwen and King Revenue. I think I'm still saying Reverend Ron. They are and are. So let's get, and also my Patreon members on YouTube. I just did a private video for you all. I know Reverend Revenue has already watched it because he commented on it. You definitely want to watch that Patreon video that I just uploaded on YouTube. I made sure that I did that before I live stream, right? The 666, well, I didn't mean to say it that way, but the 6 cryptocurrencies that the World Economic Trade has listed on their website. You need to know those 6, right? You need to know what those 6 are. I have them in my portfolio, so that's why I shared it with you all. You know that out of the 9,000, or I think 10,009 cryptocurrencies that's in circulation, once regulation begins for these cryptocurrencies, which will more than likely begin next year in 2022, some of these cryptocurrencies will not survive that regulation, right? And so make sure that you watch that Patreon video, right, at the 6 cryptocurrencies that's on the World Economic Forum website. You need to know what they are, right? Thank you so much, Queen Sonia, Miss King, for the 1111 super chat. And again, everyone that has sold 1111 or sold any amount, whatever you was led to, just know that also that you have already set up your defense on today for any good or unexpected thing that may come your way. Again, Ecclesiastes 11:1 said, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days," right? And so cash your bread because you don't know which will prosper, this one or that one. So you have done that early in the morning. You put your bread out there and you have set up your defense mechanism, right? And that will return to you, right? Um, and tenfold or higher return, right? I put no limits on the universe and what, and the God of this universe and what he wants to do, right? And so let's get into this. Paraguay accepts Shiba, not just Shiba, but it's big because a lot of times I live stream about Shiba Inu, and people ask me, right, well, Queen, who's accepting Shiba as payment? Doesn't have any real use cases right now, other than the co-founder of Ethereum. Distributed to India to help with the COVID release fund and things like that for charity. Well, great news, Shiba Inu investors, right? Even though the market is in red today, this is in red. I was hoping that Bitcoin would be at 45,000 today. I think today is Friday, right? But it's at 36,500. But still, expected for some big things for Bitcoin in the month of July. Some big things in Bitcoin in the month of July. And let me pull that up, what that is. Let me see, I had it on my phone. Yeah, expecting it to do great things in July because Apple has added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Did you all know that? If you knew that, put knew that, right? If you didn't know, put did not know, didn't know, right? Whether you're watching live or the replay, Apple is adding Bitcoin to the balance sheets. So many are saying that next month is going to be the month for Bitcoin to actually hit that 100K, right? Thank you, Sonia. And yes, if you want to become a Patreon member, thank you so much in advance. Heaven's Delight. I will share their link at the end. So Apple has added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Right, Gwen? I definitely agree with you. Bitcoin is definitely here to stay. And not only will it stay, it will dominate. And so Apple is adding that to the balance sheet. Many are expecting July to be a big month for Bitcoin, right? So this is where many of the millionaires or billionaires are putting or hedging their money, right? Because they know inflation is coming, and inflation is here in the United States, but it's coming at a rapid pace, So you have Paraguay Entertainment Group accept Bitcoin. Look at Shib. Look at the company that Shib is in, right? Ethereum or Ether and Shib and chiliz, right? So do you all have chiliz in your portfolio? A lot of big things are going on with chiliz, right? Hello, everyone coming in. We got Evangelist Butler. Thank you for coming in, sir. Yes, Reverend Revenue, I totally agree. Hyperinflation, which means high unemployment and higher pricing. As minimum wage increases for these low wage jobs that normally pay minimum wage of $8 or $9 per hour. I told you all yesterday, my friend sent me a picture. Wendy's is now paying $12 an hour, having job fairs, right? And this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, people. Listen up closely. This is what's going to happen. People still probably will not return to work, right? And this is why. Because beginning in July, they're going to get child tax credit, right? They're going to get child tax credit. So even though some of these states are cutting or stopping the 300 of federal unemployment, right? Some of these households that have 3 or more kids can still get up to $900 to $1,000 a month with the child tax credit payout. So they have that $1,000. They still may qualify for their state unemployment, which may range from anywhere to $200 or more dollars a week, which is an additional $800 a month. And so they would have about $2,000 maybe. And for the poor working middle class, that still would be equal to or more than what they would earn on a low paying, low wage job, right? In addition to the EBT of food assistance, right? So with the food assistance and CTC coming in, these people that qualify still may not apply for these jobs. And this is just going to be the bigger shift of getting machines, technology, AI, artificial intelligence to replace people. A bigger reason that the government will make, a bigger excuse, right? And that's exactly what's going to happen to bring this shift in. Sweet Angel, just stay with me all the way to the end. I will share the Patreon and the link to the home-based business. And thank you in advance. Looking forward to you being a partner with me. I will be in Atlanta next week for the home-based business. So you have Paraguay. Let me play this small clip for you.
Salvador in announcing meaningful adoption of Bitcoin following a tweet by Paraguayan Congressman Carlitos Reala saying a new project will begin this week involving Bitcoin and PayPal. Joining us now is Juanjo Benitez Ricamen, CEO of Bitcoin.com in Paraguay. Welcome, Diogo.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. So, Diogo, would love to understand what you believe Paraguay might be doing with PayPal, what this announcement means. This follows El Salvador saying that the president there wants to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Could Paraguay do something similar?
Well, I think that El Salvador took a big step for Bitcoin. And now in Latin America, with Paraguay, Brazil, and other countries, we are follow them. So Paraguay has a really, really good opportunity and benefits for Bitcoin investors because we have in Paraguay the cheapest energy in the region. We are in 5 cents per kilowatt per hour. So big opportunities for income taxes rate, 10%. So it's really cheap for the region and globally. So we are in touch with Congressman Rejala, and we are trying to put a project in Congress. And we are working together for, I think, almost 1 year now. And then we are going to see what happens because in El Salvador it's really different because the president has majority in Congress. So in Paraguay it's not the same thing. But we think and we are really sure that we can do things in Paraguay with Bitcoin related.
So first of all, welcome to the show. As you know, the proposal to have Paraguay more involved in Bitcoin, and as you mentioned before, the cost for mining is fairly low, and that's in large part because of the Itapu dam that you share with Brazil, that Paraguay shares with Brazil. It's about 90% of the energy comes from there in Paraguay, 15% in Brazil. But you guys have the two countries have a relationship and a deal that seems to, if my understanding is it's going to expire next year when its debt is paid off. So is this a way since Paraguay doesn't use all that electricity and it sells
Okay, so I'm going to pause right there. You might have an echo. I forgot to cut my mic off. Thank you so much, Maya, for the 1111 super chat. Right, we will make those professions over your giving. And if you did not hear the beginning of explaining about money being a defense, according to Ecclesiastes 7:12, please rewatch this replay, and we will do our professions at the end. And for the link for the home-based business, this is the link, and that first link that I shared was for the Patreon members, for those who want to join the Patreon and get access to those 6 cryptocurrencies on the World Economic Forum. So let's break this down. What does this mean for Paraguay, right? I told you all that El Salvador last week, or maybe this week, has accepted Bitcoin as cryptocurrency, as a payment, right? And I said that at this G7 meeting, numbers mean something. 7, right? At this G7 meeting, that the tier 1 and tier 2 countries, right? The tier 1 and tier 2 countries were already dumping the US dollar, right? And it's dumping the US dollar and not using, right, the US dollar, right? And so now you have Russia that has, out of its savings or reserve accounts, right, has dumped the US dollar, right? Again, G7 meeting with President Biden. A lot of the globalists said he looked very incompetent, but we know that 7 is the meaning that symbolizes completion, right, or perfection. So more so of completion. So you have Russia that out of its reserve savings account dumped the US dollar, right? You have the tier 1 and tier 2 countries, which is Mexico and Brazil and Paraguay, right? That's following the Latin America and El Salvador's lead. And so virtually the dollar, world reserve currency, is losing that status, which means that this dollar is becoming worth less, right? Which means we're going to see higher pricing, and that this will be able to purchase less, right? And less, until the United States go insolvent on its debt and totally detached from the paper currency system, which is centralized, to now a decentralized cryptocurrency system in a sense, and will create its own digital dollar, and also known as stable coin. So the higher the inflation goes, right, we have lumber prices increased by 266%. For example, your groceries and gas prices increase, right? You can really see it at the gas pump, because at the gas pump, it shows you numbers in real time and in rotation. So when you go to that gas pump, inflation becomes real and it becomes raw. So the higher the inflation becomes in the United States, the easier or the better is positioned for the United States to now default on this debt. So what smart people are doing is they're transitioning their fiat currency, or the dollar, into cryptocurrency. So because cryptocurrency is the foundation of this new currency reset, and people are getting in at the foundational stages, right? At the beginning stages, when these cryptocurrencies are still under a dollar in some cases. Again, refer to my Patreon member channel. And so now you have Paraguay that's accepting chiliz and Shiba Inu, right? Also, update on Shiba Inu. Coinbase listed or made an announcement that it will list Shiba on Coinbase Pro, and then somewhat retracted that announcement and stated that they were having technical difficulties at this time with, technical difficulties with Shiba. Some people think that they made that announcement or saying it's technical difficulties, right? Because they're not going to offer Shiba. That's not true. They actually made an update 3 days ago that inbound transfers, and a lot of other people were saying that it's because that the lot of volume of people getting into Shiba, and it kind of crashed Coinbase Pro when it first offered it June 15th, because Shiba Inu right now is under 1 cent. So you can get so many quantities, right, for low investment, right? For a low investing. So you have inbound transfers for chiliz, Keep, and Shiba or Shib are now available on regions where supported. If you are a trader, right, you cannot place orders, and no orders will be filled, right, until the 17th. So we have passed the 17th. And so, hopefully, whatever those technical difficulties were that they were experiencing have all been caked out. So that was a big thing that Shiba it was on Coinbase Pro, right? A very big thing. So now you have real use cases of accepting payment, and it's in the conversation of chiliz, right, as well for Paraguay. So great things. The Latin American countries are definitely getting out of the dollar and getting into crypto. Revenue says get a Nexo account and earn interest on certain DeFi cryptocurrency. I agree with that. Revenue, and if you don't have Nexo, you can get Celsius, right? And DeFi meaning it's just like a savings account where you will have money stored, even though the banks are not paying you any interest on cash right now, but they used to pay you interest on cash for money market accounts and your savings accounts. So they just let you know where the value of cash is going. Banks don't even want it. They're not paying you any interest on it, and they're not giving you any incentives, right, for them to hold it there, right? So last thing, Solana, and this is another one that I shared in my Patreon video as well. For my Patreon member, Sol, aka Solana, has been listed on Coinbase Pro. So this is just an update. Don't sleep on Sol, right? An update that came in on June 16th. So new options for openings and transfers, inbounds are now available in regions that were traded and supported. So the trading began yesterday at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, June 17th. So a more breakdown of Sol and Solana, definitely watch my Patreon video, right? And it's saying that support for Sol will generally be available on Coinbase supported jurisdiction and not just Coinbase Pro, right? So adding it to Coinbase is going to give it more power and leverage that it has right now, and more worthiness, right? And so, okay, revenue says already listed. Thank you so much. It's already listed on Coinbase. So great. Thanks for letting me know and updating me with that. So with that being said, right, I'm going to sign out. Oh, last thing I'm going to share with you all. I did a live stream, I think last week when I was in Miami, about the merger of Dogecoin and Ethereum. I don't know if you all watched that, but just know more updates are happening. The collaboration is here. Some updates through Loop Spring. So let's share that with you all. So that's great. That means smart contracts now can be offered through Doge for transactions between people, peer-to-peer transactions, which means that if you, for example, want to purchase a Tesla with Doge, right, that smart contract technology is in place, right, or is becoming more in place. So let me exit out of this. Dogecoin Ethereum collaboration here. Loose Spring says Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, suggesting a reality. So that's the update on this. So the meme Doge is now available on Ethereum layer 2, right? It's called Rendoge, right? So the move is in line with Ethereum. Again, the code creator, Vitalik, and on Loop Ring, so layer 2 scaling, deposits are now open for liquidity, and Dogecoin will also have NFT options as well moving forward in the future. So great news for Shiba and Dogecoin holders or investors. This means that now Doge can handle the layer 1 can handle about 15 transactions per second, right? But now layer 2 can handle people about 4,000 transactions per second. So shifting, right, from 15 per second to now 4,000, right? So just know you are in the best position. You are the foundational positions right now for cryptocurrency. Some of this will be the most affordable that it would ever be once more use cases come in, right? And they wanted this collaboration not only with Doge, right, and Ethereum, and again it's called Doge, so it will be decentralized, right, application, and allows people to mint and burn Doge on the Ethereum network as well, right? So that means mint and burn, supply and demand, right? The less is in supply, the more in demand will be, which will drive up the price, right? Which makes it more valuable. So they also wanted, why this matter, a collaboration with Shiba Inu as well. So Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Ethereum collaboration, just a three-way powerhouse, right? Um, so let me read some questions. Grand's Rising, what is the Patreon? Thank you all. I think here's the Patreon link that I shared, right? Here's the Patreon link that I shared. And just know today, for those who gave, that your money is a defense, right? According to Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, your money will go out and fight for you. Battles and situations that you don't have to fight, you put it out in the atmosphere. It's better to have money fighting and working for you versus you always working and fighting for yourself and working for money, right? Let me say that again. See, the poor working middle class only know how to work for money, right? Or financially the uneducated. They only know how to work for money. This includes some six-figure income earners as well. This includes the upper middle class, right? And so, but now you're flipping it where you're allowing your money to work for you. You're making your money a defense, right? You are making your money a defense. See, the offense always is worried about scoring and protection. Well, now your money is scoring and working and protecting for you. See, on the offensive stance, if you turn over the ball, right, you lose the possession. Now you're making your money the possession. So for those who have given, right, this is our profession and proclamation for today. I have received, right, whatever you want, whatever your tenfold return. Reverend Revenue gave $70. Gwen gave 50. Put a zero on it, with his $500, whatever according to your faith, right? Tenfold return, 500, 700, right? I have received, right? Whatever that tenfold, the exact sum given. Let me share. I like to share the screen with you all so you can both hear it and see it, because I have some audio visual learners, right? Audio visual learners. Good morning to you as well. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you made it, right? And then I'm going to read some comments and then we're going to log off. So you have to cultivate your claim, right? You have to cultivate your claim, fertilize it, or send it out in the universe. The Bible says the word is a seed. It says money is a defense, but the word is a seed. So you have to send these words out to the God of the universe. I have received whatever your tenfold, the exact sum given in return, with good to all that's concerned. You have received that, people. Put that in your mindset. It is here. When will it come, right? Our time is not God's time. And how it will come, that's not for you to do. That's for God's jobs to do. So go ahead and thank him, right? Thank the God of the universe in advance by saying 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have received my tenfold return in the amount of, to all good that it is concerned. And you say 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be thankful, right? Always be thankful. That means you've already received it mentally and spiritually. Okay, crypto says I analyze metrics data for investment firms. We follow trends because they are your friend. The Shiba is the next Doge 2.0. Solely based on data, massive trending numbers being generated by this project. Thank you for sharing that wisdom and knowledge with us. You all, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm glad I did this Lunch and Learn live stream. Hope you got a wealth of information. And here's to your health and your wealth, your peace, and your prosperity, your credit, your crypto, your cash flow. Queen out. You all have a great, great Friday. Who knows? I might pop up and do another live stream this evening. So